the story of a Nigerian American woman navigating through this thing called life. We live, baby.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Welcome to another episode of the Unmet Expectation podcast. I'm your girl, Yasunde, in the building. We on episode 5. 5 whole episodes.
Moving.
God did it.
Moving.
God did.
You dig?
Moving through and through and through. To the left of me, I have a very, very special guest. Super special guest in the building today. He is a rapper. He is the host of the Future One podcast. He is owner of Forever Working Apparel. Talking about busy. Let's talk to him. I got Alahji Versace in the building.
There you go.
What's goody?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on today.
Of course.
My gosh, it means so much to me. I had to pivot a little bit this week, but we're here. We're making things shake. And this is going to be one hell of an episode.
I'm excited. I'm excited. This is my first podcast. Well, not being on my podcast, but first time being on somebody else's podcast.
Wow.
And I actually, let me give you your props first. That, like I told you off camera, I love your podcast. I love the design that you have going on.
Thank you.
And continue doing what you do.
Oh, thank you so much, Alahji. I appreciate you so much.
Sure.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Yeah.
You've made it to the end of Ramadan.
I made it to the end of Ramadan.
Thank God.
Yes.
May Allah answer all your prayers.
I mean.
Yes. So I didn't even know, like, when he came in today, I was just like, oh, so you're like a Muslim? Like, you participated in Ramadan?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. Because I saw a picture yesterday on the gram of him and his family, and I was like, oh, this is very nice. I didn't know if you had just gone just to, like,
just to take a picture.
Just to take a picture, because it be like that
a lot
sometimes.
of them.
The internet's a very, very funny place. So I didn't know that you're like a practicing Muslim.
Yeah, so
Wow.
my whole family's Muslim.
Yes.
When I mean whole family,
Yes.
I mean grandfather, great grandfather, all the way back. So, I've been fasting.
Well, hold on real quick. Well, that makes sense because you are from Sierra Leone.
I am from Sierra Leone. Big up to him. I would say Sierra Leone and Guinea. I got to big up Guinea as well.
Yes.
So I've been fasting since I was about 13 years old.
Wow.
So that's so many years. Can't count that right now,
Wow.
but so it's kind of natural now.
Yes.
And I'm grateful for everything that I've learned through my culture and through, my people. So
yes. And fasting takes a lot of dedication. And
definitely.
Good for you. Big up you.
Discipline as well.
30 days?
30 days.
30 days.
Actually, this month it was 29. This year was 29 days.
I thought that Ramadan flew.
It does.
For the Muslims.
It does.
Okay.
It does. Because you don't think about it,
Yeah.
It's kind of like you still do your daily things. You wake up in the morning, you go to work, you run your errands. By the time you know it's time to eat.
It's true.
So you don't really look at it like that because you're used to it.
Yes.
It only hurts when you're like new to it.
Yes.
So
when you're new to it, it's like a big.
It's like, when are we about to eat? Oh my God, what time is it?
Like classmates and coworkers, like working. One of my coworkers. It was tough.
It is.
It was tough for her, and I was like, "Hi, I'm sorry." But we're here. We're at the end.
Yeah.
And like
I'm grateful.
Said, yes.
I'm grateful.
And God will answer all your prayers. So we're on the Unmet Expectation podcast, right?
Okay.
So actually, before we get there, let's talk about your mood. What space are you in? What's your mood like today?
Motivated.
Ooh.
I'm forever working.
Forever working.
Like it's just installed in me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I might wake up some days, to be realistic. I might not be in the mood.
Yeah.
But today I felt happy because I was like, I'm going to be on the Unmet Expectation podcast.
Come on.
So like I said, I was so excited. I felt motivated because now being on here, it's like I got to go back home and I got to prepare for my episode next,
Yeah.
So I feel motivated by being here.
Wow, that's an amazing space to be in. Just seeing people doing the same thing you do, that definitely is a motivator.
And having fun with it.
Because we lit over here.
Yeah.
We had a good time over here, trust me.
We lit. Let me grab my drink.
Go ahead and grab it. Because we are definitely lit over here. So we are on the Unmet Expectation podcast. And let's talk about some of your unmet expectations or met expectations throughout your journey in navigating this thing called life.
I think
It
that
could be educational, societal, whatever, anything. Let's talk about it.
you wouldn't even expect this one. I think one of my unmet expectations was I thought I was going to be a big artist by now. Because I put in so much work for so many years. But I already know it's like it's God's timing. You know, it's like, even though you might give yourself a certain time frame, like I know by the time I'm 25 or 30, I got to make it. But it's like, that's just not how it works. No matter how much work you put in, you got to wait for when it's your time.
Yes.
So that was, I mean, at this point, I'm not saying that I quit or anything, but it's just like, I've been working for so long. I've been rapping since I was like 17 on a serious note. You know, so that's one of my unmet expectations, but that also motivates me to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because it's funny, because I was actually probably like a month and a half ago, I was in Privilege, some club in DC. Okay. And somebody came up to me and said, "You're Alahji, like I love your music." Like, wow. And I'm like, and even though I've been rapping for so many years, it's still kind of like, it surprises me.
Wow. So people are out there listening. Wow.
Yeah. Yesterday I had a post for Eid Mubarak yesterday. They were in Guinea. And they took a picture and they put my song like as a tag. Yeah.
If that's not motivating, what is?
I know. So those are the type of things that still motivate me, even though, because like I said, in anything that you're doing in life, you might feel a little down. And then those are the things that keeps me going. You know?
Yes. Wow. Keep persevering.
Yeah.
When it's your, but God's timing is always the best time. I
Always.
talk about that all the time. His timing over our timing. Because like I always say, I'm not in control of my life. He is. So whenever he says it's time, your great break, and you have to be ready for it, because that comes with a lot of pressure,
a lot of responsibility,
yes, a lot of women.
Yes. I'm not worried about no women.
Okay, say it again.
I'm not worried about no woman.
Come on. Yeah. Any other unmet expectations you like to kind of dive into? And that means we're not getting a freestyle at the end of this pod, unfortunately.
You would have to go to YouTube. You would have to go to YouTube for that.
When we started recording, I was like, "You think we can get a freestyle thing?" I was like, "No, I can't do that."
That's my only no, because I didn't did so many freestyles at this point. It's like, look, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But another unmet expectation would probably be thinking that I can get the same energy out of people that I give them. I have a very big heart. You know, being an artist is like a perception that comes with that.
Yes.
So they look at my page and they like, "Oh, he's probably an asshole." I get that a lot. They're like, "Oh, I look at you, you look like this and that," but then when you meet me in person, they say something totally different.
I think that was what I was thinking of you before I met you. I met you a couple times, but never really have I been able to sit down with you. But even before we started like pre-recording, you're just like a real chill, humble guy. Like,
very humble.
And I appreciate that. Like, that's not the case for a lot of these rappers out here. A lot of them are super into themselves, egotistical, prideful. But it sounds like you have a good grasp on that.
Yeah, I'm calm. Awesome. I'm chill. I'm in the house. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have anything to do outside, I'm in the house. You know what I'm saying? You can find me in the house, you know what I'm saying?
Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
Sit your butt in the house.
In the house, you know. So, what I mean by not getting the same energy is because, like I said, I have a very, very big heart.
Yes.
And if you don't have to be my blood for me to be there for you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is the start of our relationship.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. So now I know, like, if you need something, you can hit me up and say, "Hey, can you help me with this?" And I will go to the end of the world to get that for you.
Yeah.
But I've met so many people in my life that I expected the same type of energy and it never came.
Unmet expectation.
You feel me?
Unmet expectation. And I think that's kind of where we get it wrong as humans, is like, you expect, if I'm giving, you expect that to reciprocate that. And a lot of times that's not the case.
At all.
I think, unfortunately, we live in a very, very selfish world.
That's the word.
And everyone is about themselves, unfortunately. So it's very rare that you come across people who are really about other people. But when you do run across them, you definitely want to keep them in your circle, in your corner, because they are very, very hard to come around.
Like Africans say, hold them with your two hands.
Yeah.
You hold them with your two hands. You know, embrace them. Of course, you hold on with your two hands.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Again.
You hold on with your two hands.
Okay. But
so that's another thing. But like I said, that's part of life.
Yes.
That's part of growing.
Yes.
Because like I said, that was my mentality at a young age. But then as I grew, I'm like, oh, this is how it go. Okay, got you. So now I'm pretty much like energy.
Yes.
I could read the room. I'm like, okay, this person.
discerning.
Oh yeah. I'm like, this person. Okay, cool. Like I can keep you at a distance, or I can keep you close. Now I know. Before it was like everybody come close.
Wow.
You know, and that's just not how it should be.
And that gift of discernment is a very, very when you have that, you need to also you can tune it, fine tune it. That's something you have to work on. Because discernment, yeah, you're discerned, but like you can. There's some people you can even look at them. Like sometimes I look at someone like, dang, he or she is having a really bad day.
Yeah.
You can
feel it.
You can feel it. It's just like, and some other people will be like, huh? But that's the gift of discernment.
Yeah.
You're able to tell, read the room, see what's going on, see who is who. And that protects you, that guards you. So that's also kind of can be used as a defense mechanism.
It is. Keep your walls up. That's called boundaries.
Boundaries. Oh, yeah.
Come on, you know.
Create boundaries for sure. Wow, the gift of discernment. So I think it was yesterday I saw something on IG along the lines like heartbreak can also change your vision. Like it can fine tune your vision. So heartbreak, yeah, but then from that heartbreak, what you learn is it kind of it shifts or changes your vision on how you approach things in the future,
or even approach other people.
So I think that's the gift. There's a gift and a curse behind heartbreak. But
definitely a gift and a curse.
It's supposed to make you stronger and make you a bit more discerning, and you're supposed to learn from that.
And it doesn't always make people stronger.
It doesn't.
It makes people stay away from people. It kind of makes you push yourself away from other people.
Wow.
Because now you feel like, all right, I went through this relationship, and whatever happened in this relationship now is like, I don't want that to happen again.
Wow.
So now I'm kind of like, I have my guards up.
Dang. And that sucks because what happens is an amazing person comes along, and them walls are like sky high. It's just like, dang, like.
And he's like, I can't climb that high.
I can't climb that high.
I cannot
climb that high, and I'm not gonna wait around to break those walls down.
Yeah.
And then that great, awesome person is out of your life.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then you get the same one that you didn't want.
Jeez Louise, and oh man. Humans, right? We're something else, man. We're very, very interesting creatures.
We are. That's life.
That's life.
That's the learning process of it.
The learning process of life.
Yeah.
But my prayer is that, like, for anyone out there listening, like, you just don't learn how to discern and when to let those walls down so you can let the right person enter. And that person can also help you grow, and that person can mold you, and that person can just change your life, whether that's a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship, any type of relationship.
Business, anything.
I
think that as well, because we don't promote that as much in our community, but therapies can also help you with that.
Okay. I try to sway away from the word therapy. Everyone's
Why
talking
is
about
that?
therapy.
Why is that?
Therapy this, therapy that, therapy this, therapy that. I feel like it's kind of cliche.
For real?
Yeah.
I don't think in our community we really like believe in that.
I think we do. I think
you think so?
I think we're becoming.
We're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there.
I feel like everyone's really the word therapy has just been thrown around so many times.
For real?
I mean, based on what I've been hearing. And there's nothing wrong with therapy. It's a great tool. It's an amazing tool, but it has to be utilized the right way in order for it to work in your life.
It worked for me.
Okay.
Like I said, I didn't have any boundaries. Any boundaries, like you can, I might be going through the worst mood, and my phone rings and I answer the phone. When sometimes it could be on some like, you know what? I already know this person is going to make it a little bit worse. So I'm gonna just wait. I'll just wait, and I'll just wait until my mood is better. Then I'll call you back.
Yeah.
You know, so I utilize that therapy in a good way.
Okay.
It actually did help me out.
Healthy boundaries.
Wow. Because I didn't have any, and I can admit that I didn't have any boundaries.
Wow.
At all. Yeah.
Wow. Can we talk a little bit about your Guinea/Sierra Leone upbringing and how that's kind of how your parents or your mother saw when she heard that you were rapping? What did that mean to her? A rapper.
They hated it. They hated it. When I love to talk. I'm good with people. And my parents thought I would have been like a lawyer. Just like any African household, like you have to be a lawyer, a doctor, something that has to.
You would have been a really good lawyer, though.
I know. I'm good at arguing or debating. I'm good at debating. I don't want to say arguing, but when I said I wanted to rap, they hated that.
Yeah.
You know, and that was my younger days, of course. Then it got to a point that I was like, this is what I want to do, though. And if you love me, then you just got to just embrace this.
Wow.
You just have to take it. Because where I come from, it's like we've Been in Africa. We came here for a better opportunity for us and our kids.
You were born in Sierra Leone?
I was born in America.
Oh, okay.
When I was 10 years old, I got sent to Guinea.
Okay.
For 3.5 years. I was one of those kids that was outside. Never wanted to come home.
Wow. At 10?
At 10 years old.
Alahji Versace. Outside at 10.
But see, I wasn't doing any bad things. I was just the kid that wanted to be around adults. Like when the adults are outside, I wanted to be with them.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't doing anything bad. I just wouldn't come home when the lights cut on. You know, like it's usually
what
like.
What kind of adults were you hanging out with at 10?
Even at this age, I hang out with like people like 15 years older than me, 10 years older than me. I've always had like a mindset that like I'm like I can be around certain people, but like my mind is like on a whole nother level. So, like I always get like you're mature for your age type thing.
That's where wisdom comes in, especially if you're a 10-year-old. But that can also be very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Very, very dangerous.
And
it
I think
exposes you to too much too soon.
And I think that's what my parents was like, you know what? We're going to send him to Africa.
Yeah.
So he can humble himself.
Okay.
You know? But the whole point of me going to Africa was I didn't even know I was going to Africa.
They set you up.
They set me up. So they hit me with the you're going to Africa with your dad for the summer. For like a month. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like, yeah, that's okay. I'm going with my dad. I'll be all right.
You got bamboozled.
Man, they threw me a whole party and everything. They threw me a party. They said, invite all your friends, everybody in school. And I was like, okay, this is lit. And then I never came back.
You got bamboozled?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I never came back. But
that's kind of traumatizing though.
And that's why, to go back to that, I know you don't like the therapy word, but my therapist said that's traumatizing. And I was like, I didn't get it at first. I'm like, no, that's natural. That's what they do. And it's like, no, that's not natural. Like, that's not where it's supposed to be.
You're supposed to communicate that.
You're supposed to communicate because they know I was gonna like no.
Yeah, but there's a certain way. Okay, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. I was gonna rebel, and I probably would have run over. You know, so the only way to do it was to trick you.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky into it, but while you're there, once they get you there, I think they should have let you know, like, hey, our plan is to have you stay for at least 3 years.
That's still tricking me, though. Because telling me there is like, I can't even do anything about it.
But at 10, I get where your parents are coming from. Because at 10, if they were to explain that to you, you wouldn't understand.
I would not understand that.
Your family, your friends behind that. That's
my life.
Your life.
My life. Like, I literally I felt like I started over.
Wow. Dang.
I didn't know the language. I didn't eat. You know, I was born in America, so I'm eating burgers and hot dogs and, you know, and.
They didn't expose you to the creme soup? Is it creme?
No, I love creme. I just had creme yesterday. But like before, it was like I was 10 and my mom wanted to please me. You know, so she knew like, okay, he wanted the hot dog. My mom is a great mom. Yeah. You know, she's like
moms are great.
She's amazing.
Not all moms, but
yeah, majority of them.
Awesome.
Like if you have a great mom, make sure you hold your mom with your two hands.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's basically what she did. She made sure that I ate what I wanted. So when I got to Africa, it's like I didn't understand the language. Wow. The food was different. The Jordans that I was wearing, we not wearing Jordans. They actually bought me like I don't know how to explain it. The plastic sandal. It's like a sandal.
Like a croc?
Yeah, like the croc, but it's plastic. And then at the end, it goes to the back, and it kind of has like, I don't know if they still have it. That was like a long time ago. So like they used to play soccer with that. So I didn't know. So that's what I ended up wearing. I ended up wearing those because there was no more Jordans. Like they're not doing it.
Fly.
Yeah, you know.
Alahji came on here with his fatigue, his nice suede shirt.
Suede shirt.
Yes.
You know, I had to make sure I look good for the podcast.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
But
so go from that to Jordans to Crocs.
To Crocs, and it was a good thing because I learned how to play soccer. I became very good at soccer. I didn't know how to play soccer before that.
So you can play soccer.
I could play soccer.
Football.
I could play football.
That's
like when I came back, I was in the 9th grade. I came back in the 8th grade. 9th grade year, I went to Wise High School.
Okay.
And I was the captain of the varsity soccer team.
You were a freshman on the varsity.
There you go.
You were good.
And I was a captain.
Wow.
That's all we did in Africa. We played soccer all day, every day as kids. So now I've never been to Sierra Leone though.
Wow.
I want to go to Sierra Leone so bad. Like,
I heard they have really nice beaches.
It's the beach.
The beach.
They always talk about the beach number 2. That's what it's called. Beach number 2.
Beach number 2. Okay.
I always see that. So, inshallah, this year, I want to go to Sierra Leone.
Okay. That'll happen.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to go to Nigeria too. Y'all be having it up.
We lit.
Man.
That green, white, green, that 2,
I'm
3, 4.
telling you.
We don't play in that Lagos.
I got to go to Nigeria,
we don't play
man.
in that country, period.
Nigeria looks so lit.
Nigeria's party hard.
I know.
Party hard. And the thing is, it's not just seasonal. Nigeria is just a really, really
all year round.
I think we're just really fun people.
You are.
That just
y'all
really
are.
guys. We're business, fun, and we're like, get it all done. And it's just it's a good time, and it reflects on us being here in the diaspora. Like that's kind of how we are. I think there's just so many amazing first generation American kids doing big things, whether you're from Sierra Leone, whether you're from Nigeria, like we're doing big things, big things. I just found out recently that the girl or the lady, I should say, who is behind Topicals is like a really big brand. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's like a cosmetology brand.
Okay.
It's like if you have dark spots or if you have like
to brighten the spots. Okay, gotcha. Like dermatologist things.
Yeah, dermatology needs. It's a Yoruba girl behind that.
Really?
And I was just like, wow, that's a multi-million-dollar company.
Right.
And
just like the Shade Room. You like the Shade Room?
The Shade Room is a Nigerian girl.
Where is she? She's Yoruba or Igbo?
I think she's Igbo.
Oh, she's Igbo.
I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, just like so many dope first generation Americans doing really, really big things in that diaspora. And I'm so proud of us. I think that's so cool.
I'm proud of us too. I'm half Nigerian too, so.
Oh, you half Nigerian?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us. Well, we're all doing really, really big things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about your rap career and how your parents felt about that. Let's jump into Forever Working Apparel, FWA.
Okay.
Let's talk about the beginnings of that and how that kind of came about. Like, I didn't even really know that until recently that you had a Forever Working Apparel brand. I would have been like, can you bring me something on? I would have wanted a t-shirt.
Yeah, I got a lot of hats. I got you. Because you like hats.
I love hats.
I could tell you like hats.
I'm having a bad hair day. I have a really
Me too. I'm having a bad haircut too.
I have a really low haircut, so it gets really messy really quick.
So you know how we feel.
Yes. I know how dudes feel. It gets messy really quick, but I love it. I'm never going back long, probably. So.
I started Forever Working Apparel 2018.
Okay.
January.
Okay.
And just like any other business that I started, it was just something that I felt like. See, I plan a lot of things.
Okay.
But sometimes I'm kind of sporadic. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I want to make some clothes because I got to the point that I felt like every time I shoot a video, I had to spend so much money on clothes.
Wow.
You know, because I mean, I'm one of the guys that I want my parents to look good on the video.
Yeah.
So I get a haircut, of course, get some clothes, get some shoes.
Swaggy.
Yeah, you gotta look good. Mm-hmm. So I got to the point I was like, I could push my brand more if I would just have my own clothes and just wear my clothes in my videos.
Okay.
And then
okay.
One of my favorite artists before the big hype and everything, you know, after he passed away, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. He was one of like the motivations for me because he's an artist and like a businessman.
Yes.
You know, he didn't just put himself in a box and say, "Oh, you're an artist." Because even when I started the podcast, and the clothing brand. Well, let me start with the clothing brand. When we started with the clothing brand, everybody asked me like, "Did you quit rapping? Like, are you done with rapping?" And I'm like, I could do multiple things.
You're multifaceted.
Yeah, I don't just have to just rap. I can rap and do so many different things. You know, so Nipsey was one of those people that showed me like, you know what, you can be a rapper and you can have a successful business as well. And so I started making clothes and everything that I do, I'm very hands-on. So I went to YouTube University, and I learned everything that I had to learn about making clothes, pressing it, customizing it, and I did everything in the house.
Yeah, you're really, really good at that because pre-recording, I was just like, you were like, yeah, I can do this. I edit my podcast. I created my logo. I did this. I did that. I created. I'm like, wow, that you're so creative in that.
You know where that comes from?
That's a blessing.
But do you know where that comes from?
Where does it come
Disappointment.
from? That's a word. I can do it
I could do that. Yeah, I could do it myself. That comes from disappointment. Wow. And that's me being very, very transparent. Like, it comes from disappointment. Because I would love to just pay somebody else to do it. Like, we all want that.
I want that.
But yeah, you just go to bed. I'll have it to you by 5 o'clock tomorrow. All right, perfect. 5 o'clock. It's right there. Wow. But that's just not how life works sometimes. Yeah. You know, so it was so many disappointments that I went through in my career that I'm like, you know what? He told me Tuesday, I didn't hit him up on Tuesday because I just gave him like an extra day.
Yes.
But I'll hit you up on Wednesday, like, hey, you said Tuesday, like, where is this, whatever it is that we talked about? No response. Then it's like Thursday, no response. Then it's like, and I have deadlines, you know?
Yeah,
I already told the people, I'm already promoting it. I already told the people that this is coming.
Absolutely.
You know, so it got to the point I was like, man, look, let me go to YouTube University and figure out what I need to figure out, because everything is on the internet.
Yeah.
Every single thing that you're looking for is on the internet.
Wow.
So I just started learning things, and I came up with my brand, Forever Working Apparel. The reason why I came up with Forever Working, the name in general, is just because I'm always working. I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always just trying to make sure that
impeccable work ethic, from what I was told.
I love it.
You don't stay without
I don't sleep.
Job. You always working.
I don't. Like, I'm always working. So it got to the point I was like, you know what? You're always working, but like, what is that called? That's forever working. And it's so funny because the clothing brand is like, sometimes when I wear it out, I have certain like older people that come up to me and they see the hat or they see like a hoodie and say, "Forever working, I hate that." And they start giving me like a story. I don't want to work forever, and I just die laughing. Like, it's
kind of a connotation behind it of like, you're never going to rest.
You're never going to rest.
But that's not what
it is. It's just you're just a hard worker, and you work for what you want. You know, you're gonna grind for whatever you want in life.
Yes.
So that's just what it is. I get it. The forever working, it's like forever because it's like infinity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people stray away from that, but that's why I came up with the brand.
But people, the richest man, what's his name? Not Bill Gates. The other one,
Amazon.
Warren Buffett still works.
Yeah,
they are forever working.
Yeah,
things they delegate more, and they have the bandwidth to kind of like
a little bit more peace of mind.
But they're still working. They still sit on boards. They're still active. They're still signing documents. They're still like, showing up at meetings.
Yeah,
and that's just kind of what it is.
Yeah, so that's forever working. And I feel like when I create things, I try to create things that everybody can relate to.
Wow.
Like, that's just how I create things. The Future One, the Forever Working Apparel, or Forever Working in general. Yeah. I just create things that, like, I'm like the person that stays up all night thinking.
Wow.
Like, when people go to sleep, I'm up.
I hope you're not overthinking, though, because
I do overthink.
I think that it's Mr. Therapy. See, that's okay. Therapy should have helped you with that.
To stop overthinking?
Yeah. It could be very, very detrimental, and it can take you away from the now.
Yeah.
It does not allow you to enjoy the now.
You're right. You're actually right.
The thing with overthinking is you have no control over the future. That's God. So when you start overthinking, you're not allowing God to do his work. And he doesn't like that. He likes you to have faith in him.
Yes.
So when you start overthinking, what am I going to do, just running out of less X, Y, Z, he doesn't like that. Give it to him, say your prayer, give it to him, and leave it. That's what he loves.
I've been doing that as of recently.
Yeah.
You know.
It takes practice.
Yeah, it takes practice.
Overthinker.
Yeah.
But I've that's no longer of me. I don't overthink. Nope.
You just let it go.
I let it go.
Say what you want and just let it go.
Say what I want, think, and let it go. Think in that moment, even if it won't last for very long.
I mean, that's how I've adopted that over the past couple of years. That if it just doesn't work for me, it wasn't meant for me.
It wasn't. Come on.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Yeah.
If it's not doesn't work.
Because sometimes I try. Yeah. Sometimes I try, and I'm like, it's come on. I don't got time for this.
You can't force
it.
You can't force things, because that's when you start acting like God, and you're not God.
Right.
Everything is in his hands.
Right.
So
real.
You cannot force things.
That's real.
So that's awesome. I love the genesis of Forever Working Apparel. Praying for much success for you in that avenue.
Thank you.
Waiting on my apparel, my
Thank
hat.
You. I got you. I'm gonna give you a hat.
Whatever you got, I want it.
I actually have hoodies but you still wear hoodies? I see it.
It's like what, 70s?
Nah, I got a hoodie for. I got a white and black.
I'm a hoodie too. I love a hoodie.
I got you.
Right,
I got you.
Wow. So you and I do the same thing.
Yeah.
We're both podcast hosts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Future One podcast.
The Future One podcast.
I will be a guest on there in the future.
You will be a guest.
Yes.
Real soon.
Okay.
Because I want to be a little bit more diverse.
Okay.
It's not just about artists. I just want to just have good conversations with good people. That's all I want. I just want to have conversations with good people, because
that's simple.
Because you don't because you don't know. You might. Okay, this person's an artist, but this person is not an artist. But this person right here can actually probably have a better conversation than the artist.
Ooh.
Because I've doing this podcasting thing, I've realized that some artists are really good at talking in the studio.
Gotcha.
When it's time to record, they can say so many things, but when it's time to have a conversation, they close up. But the average person can actually sit there and have a great conversation with you.
Yeah, because they're in their element.
They're in their element.
Element in the studio.
Exactly.
That's true. That makes sense.
So that's why I'm like, it's not just about artists, it's about whoever. And I like, when I mean by diversity, I want women on there, I want men on there, I want different races on there.
Absolutely.
So I just want to just have fun.
Yeah.
And just have good conversations.
And then I think that kind of correlates with me. It's just like thought-provoking conversations with children of immigrant parents, and then from that you kind of see how, oh my gosh, that experience is similar to mine. This experience, and then you're like, oh, I'm not in this alone. Like I'm going through some stuff that everyone else is going through, and I think that just makes it very relatable.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're doing over there at the Future One podcast.
And what you're doing over here is great.
Wow. So we doing great things.
We doing great things. We forever working.
Forever working. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Future One podcast. I just recently started it.
Okay.
When did you start yours?
I officially I'm 5 podcasts in, so I think
we're like the same time. March. Me too.
I think my first episode was March. Oh my God, I should know this.
Me too.
27th or 28th.
Yeah,
I have to look on Buzzsprout. I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, you use Buzzsprout.
I use Buzzsprout.
Yeah. What you know about that?
Buzzsprout.
Yeah.
Weekly uploads.
There you
on
go.
Buzzsprout. I have to look. I don't remember.
Yeah. Mine is in March too. Yeah, mine was like March 6th, something like. I should know this too.
Okay.
So you're not by yourself.
Okay.
But yeah, like I just randomly started this podcast. Like I said, I'm very sporadic sometimes, but when I do sporadic things, it's good. It's not like it's just.
It works for you.
Yeah, it works.
Okay.
So, like you said, off camera, you've been wanting to do podcasting for 5 years.
Almost 5 years.
I probably wanted to do podcasting for the same amount of time. I just didn't have maybe the confidence. I didn't feel like I was ready for it. I didn't think it was God's time. So, and I wasn't in my element because it's easier for me to get guests on my show being in Maryland.
Yes. That moved from LA.
It was harder over there because, like I said, I'm not what people think I am as far as like out in the clubs and all about. Like I'm more like at home. I'm good with people, but I don't try to go the extra mile anymore like I used to. So, but I knew when I got home, like when I come back home, I know I love people there's so many people that love me. They care about me. They want to see me succeed. So they'll be so motivated to help me.
Yeah. More than happy to come
more than happy to get on the podcast. So I knew like this is the time.
Yes.
And then one of my friends, Ish, shout out to Ish because he wants to shout out. So I'm gonna give you a shout out.
Shout out Ish.
Big Ish popping.
Big Ish popping.
So Big Ish popping was like, you ever thought about doing a podcast? Even though Shay, you too, Shay, my man Shay.
Shout out Shay.
My man Shay in Connecticut.
Shane. Oh, Shane in Connecticut.
Shay. So it's 2 Shays. Shay and Shay.
Shay, okay.
So Shay was like, he told me this back in LA. He was like, we should do a podcast. I'm like, how are we gonna do a podcast if you live in Connecticut?
That
and
could have happened.
How?
You would do it virtually.
See, I want this experience.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what I mean. Like, I want this experience.
I got you.
So I was like, how are you gonna do that? Like, we're not flying back and forth. It's so much work. But when I came back home, that's why he was the first person on my episode, on the first episode of my podcast.
Love it.
So I feel like it's better for me to be back home, and it's easier for me to be able to build this podcast back home. Yeah. So I just came up with the Future One podcast. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
It's been doing what it needs to do. I'm grateful for it. I'm happy. For 3 episodes, it's like that's amazing for me.
Yeah, and you kind of already had a following prior to that from Alahji Versace, so it was kind of easier to pivot and kind of bring that following over to the Future One podcast.
Yeah, because it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. Like I'm either rapping or I'm talking, but I'm still entertaining you. Yeah. You know, I'm still entertaining people. Yeah, I'm still entertaining people. Cause sitting here and talking, like now it goes from okay, we hear what you're going through on the songs over a beat, but now we can see you sit down and actually explain those things.
Yes.
You know, so the Future One podcast has been very good to me, and I'm going to continue that.
Yes,
I'm having a good time.
It's going to reach new heights. Shout out to the Future One.
Thank you.
Podcast.
Yes.
That's. I'm excited to be a guest on that.
Yeah, you're going to be a guest. So what I want to do is, eventually, I want to have probably 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
At the same time.
Yeah, because that makes things super interesting.
Ooh, because you have so many different personalities in one room.
And perspectives.
Yeah. So like that's like my ultimate goal, probably for episode 5.
Okay.
Episode 5, I'm pretty much gonna have, and I think that's when I can implement you in that.
We'll get there. Okay, cool.
You know?
I'm down. Just let me know.
You know what I'm saying?
I will be in there like
Yeah.
swimwear.
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
We will.
Yeah.
We will, because podcasts, those are my things. I
Yeah.
love a good podcast.
Good conversation.
Yeah. So we kind of gone through everything pertaining to your rap career, your podcast, Forever Working Apparel. So what we're going to do now is we're kind of going to wind things down. We're going to talk about the best piece of advice or affirmation you would give your 21-year-old self based on what you know today. Best piece of advice or affirmation.
Never give up. Never give up. No matter how hard it is and how long it takes for you to get somewhere, never give up. Never give up. And that's
this is interesting though, because what if you keep trying and trying
on the same thing? Yeah, I say that. Well, you don't have to try on the same thing. I'm just saying in general in life.
Gotcha.
In life, like I said, I was rapping, and then I pivot to making clothes, and I pivot to doing podcasting. But either way, I'm just still working. I'm still grinding, and I never gave up. I could have been gave up. Like, all right, this music stuff, like it's doing good, but it's like it's not what I want at this time. So you know what? Forget it. I'm done. And I could have just stopped right then and there, and that would have been it for me. But I said no. Like it's cool. Like all of that brings it back to the music, because even my podcasting is on the YouTube channel. It's on my music YouTube channel. So it's so funny because I'm like, I'm so like I pay attention to analytics and like numbers and stuff.
Don't let it consume you though.
I won't.
Okay.
I won't. But what I'm saying is like I'll drop podcast videos on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then I'll see the rise in views in my music.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Correlation.
Right.
It's all interrelated.
Because once they come on the podcast, I'm like, oh, they see me clip it, put on Instagram. They're like, oh, that was good. Let me watch the podcast. Oh, this is a good podcast episode. All right. Oh, he raps. What's this? Oh, then they start going through stuff, you know? Yeah. So it just all correlates into each other.
Yep, it does. That's awesome.
So that's the advice I would give. Never give up. Keep pushing, and something good will come for you eventually.
Wow.
Just keep believing in yourself.
Piece of advice. Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
And never give up.
Never give up.
Wow. And stay prayed up.
And stay prayed up.
Believe in God. Believe in yourself and stay prayed up.
Yes.
Those three. Combination for greatness.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Wow.
What about you? What kind of advice would you give right now today?
Ooh.
Yeah. What kind of advice? Put on the spot. What kind of advice?
On the spot. I don't know if it's the best piece of advice, but where I am now in the space that I'm currently in the season is fear. Don't let fear hold you back.
There you go.
Fear is no longer of me. Fear is not of God, so fear is not of me. Me and fear, I don't even know what
we're not
is.
friends. So we don't know each other.
Friends. We don't need it, because what that does is it prevents you from
It hinders you.
It prevents you from reaching new levels in your life. So fear is not of God, and it's not of me.
There you go.
So take fear out of your mind. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away.
That's real, man.
Easier said than done. But once you practice it, once you practice it, you'll just start seeing things unfold for you. Like things will just continuously unfold for you. Because if you're fearing, like, what do you don't believe in God? Like, He's got you. He's got you.
He got you at all times. Yeah.
At all times, He's got you. Stay prayed up.
Yeah.
And whatever is not of Him, it's not of me. And fear is not of Him, so that's not of me.
I like this podcast. I feel like we could talk like all day. Like I feel like you done got me like in my zone. Now I want to talk all day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what we about to get into next is right up your alley. We about to talk about what's on repeat. What we listening to. What's our playlist looking like today or at any given time?
Like I said, my life is about motivating people. Okay. So I listen to like artists that like motivate me. So like, or push me. Like I'll wake up in the morning and I'll tell Alexa, play Nipsey Hussle.
Ooh.
And he'll tell me.
You mentioned Nipsey twice already.
I like Nipsey. Like that's my guy. Like, one of the quotes I have in my house, like hanging on my wall, is from Nipsey: "Is never let a hard time humble us." And I look at it as like, just because you're going through something in life doesn't mean that you should let that affect what you got going on.
Wow.
Keep pushing through.
Wow.
Then it's like if you don't have a purpose, you wasting air.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's another one. Like he's all over the crib because, like I'm saying, like I'm really like a lyrical type person. I listen to lyrics. I pay attention to lyrics, and I want motivation. Like if you walk in my house and you have like you're going through something, just look at the walls.
Wow.
Just look at the walls. Then I have Kobe sitting up there, and Kobe's like the Mamba mentality of never giving up as well. Keep working hard until you get what you want. So my house is just straight motivation for me. But back to the song, Dedication by Nipsey Hussle and Kendrick, featuring Kendrick Lamar. What do you say? Hard work plus patience. You know, it's just that type of thing. Like, you have to have patience, but you also have to work hard. Because I feel like a lot of people want things in life, but they feel like I could just sit around and it'll come to me.
No, that's not how God.
You gotta pray.
Set up for us.
You gotta pray on it, but you also have to work for it.
Absolutely.
And those two things put together is exactly the results of that.
Yeah.
So you gotta work hard, and you gotta pray to God for whatever you want in life.
God doesn't like laziness
at all.
He's not blessing
at
laziness.
all.
You gotta put in the work.
Yeah.
So put in the work.
So that's my song for this week. I have so many different songs, but like, I actually was listening to that song this morning when I woke up.
Okay.
And then when I was driving here. So it's kind of like something that kind of pushes me, like, oh, you're going through something, wake up, you'll be all right. You know, what about you? What song you listening to?
Repeat for me this week is, I put it on my gram yesterday. It's Petite by NSG. It's a British. I
like London rap.
I love London rap.
I love London rap.
NSG, Petite. That was my song all of 2021, like the summer of 2021. Shake it, baby, don't break it. Hey, you know the love I got, Petite. It's just a really good bop. And then they have like the saxophone, which sounds beautiful.
Make you dance.
Yeah, I think it's a what is it called? What's that producer's name? J5. He's a really
J5.
Good. J5. Yeah. He's an amazing producer. So yeah, that's my bop of the week. But I'm such a music head. I'm always listening to music day in, day out.
Nigerians love music.
Oh God.
That's one thing.
You see that on my wall?
Yeah, I seen it.
You see my wall of albums?
And then don't let Lepa say One Acen. I think I put on the One Acen. But anyway.
What's One Acen? Who's that?
One Acen, he's a London artist as well. He's a One Acen.
Is he a rapper?
He's like more melodic.
Melodic.
He's very melodic, but he's a great artist. He's going through his things too, like labels and stuff. But besides all the business part, he's a great artist.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Dave as well.
Dave is cool. If you send me your location. Hey.
That's Burna Boy. Well, that's Burna Boy.
No, that's Location. Location is Dave.
Yeah, but that's Burna Boy on the hook.
Okay, on the hook. Okay.
Send me your location. That's my guy.
That's Dave.
That's my guy. I like Dave. Oh, damn. What's the other dude? Oh, no. I got to remember. Tall, dark-skinned guy. Stormzy. I like Stormzy.
Yeah.
I used to watch Stormzy when he's like, before he blew up.
Yeah.
And he was on YouTube. Right.
Yo, that is such a vibe. I used to watch that all the time. Shut up.
Who's the other dude?
Shut up.
Oh, damn. There's so many. Damn, it's an other, but he ain't really. But anyway,
Ooh, it's a British?
Yeah. He ain't really.
I see you have Invisalign.
Yes, I see you have Invisalign as well. I noticed it.
Getting them teeth straight.
Yeah, you got to. Especially when you want to be in front of this camera. These lights, you better stop it. And I go to the dermatologist. You see my skin? It looks nice. Stop playing with me. Let me stop. Don't let me get crazy. But yeah.
I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
I think I see Invisalign.
Yeah.
Okay,
You got to. I had braces before.
Oh, okay.
I was one of them kids that had braces. I wasted my money. I didn't put my retainers in.
Yeah,
and then my teeth shifted. No, it was my money. Because I was already at an age, I was like 23. So I had to pay my insurance. Couldn't let you pay out of.
I thought it's up to 25 now. I think it's up
well, probably now. Back then it was like you passed the age, so you had to pay out of pocket.
Yeah.
So I paid my braces out of pocket. I wasted my money. I did not put my retainers in. My teeth shifted, and I'm like, that's like when I love teeth.
And teeth will shift.
Yes.
Because they want to go back. They want to revert.
Yeah, they comfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the first thing, if I see you, the first thing I look at is your teeth.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Teeth are important.
Very important.
I just had like my bottom row. I just wanted that one tooth to come up.
Yeah, because the top is nice.
The top is topping.
The top is topping.
The top is topping. I'm almost done.
The bottom's not bottoming.
I'm almost done with this. So with my whole.
Take care of yourself. Basically, all we're saying is, I'm not talking about nobody.
You don't have to get your teeth fixed. It's not that serious.
Just take care of yourself.
Do whatever makes you feel happy.
Right.
And if getting Invisalign makes you happy, get Invisalign.
Right. Just take care of yourself. Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. You know, take care of your health. You can have all the money in the world.
Is wealth.
Exactly.
So know that.
Oh, there you go.
Health
I was about to explain it. You just cut it short. Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
Yeah. I'm grateful for being here.
Yes.
Before you kick me out, I just want to say I'm happy that you invited me here. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything.
Yeah.
But I'm actually happy. Like I said, this is the first podcast that I've been on, other than my own, and I had a great time.
Oh, I'm glad you
Like
did.
I said, once again, this is amazing. I'm gonna steal some things from you.
Absolutely.
Because this,
I'm not a gatekeeper. Take it all. Take the whole
this design is amazing. And just keep doing your thing.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And I want to see success for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
for sure.
you so much. And the same, likewise, for you. Everything.
Thank you.
Back to you, and we will.
And I'll get you on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
I promise. And I'm still getting you the Forever Working Apparel. I'll probably drop it off. Yeah, we'll talk after camp. Probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, I got you.
That.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alahji, for coming on. Where can people find you on socials or YouTube, anywhere? Anything Alahji Versace, Forever One, Forever Work. Just let them know. That's
funny. The Future One podcast on Instagram. Just type in of course, Future One podcast. And then Forever Working Apparel, literally Forever Working Apparel on Instagram. And then Alahji is ALAHJI_FW. I only spelled it Alahji because I usually because I know my Africans always spell like ALH, but mine is I did it purposely to spell it ALA then an H.
Okay.
Yeah, gotcha. So a lot of people save my number in their phone like ALH, like the the Alahji song. But yeah, so thank you for having me, and follow me on all the socials, and you see on my podcast too. We're gonna have a great time.
Absolutely, and all his information will be in the description box below. And please make sure that you send into your questions or dilemmas. What are the questions and the dilemmas? Please send them in. I want to help you all, help you navigate through your journeys. theunmetexpectation@gmail.com.
What you mean by that? So what is that?
Send in your questions and your dilemmas.
So people send questions through the emails?
Yeah, you can send in questions through emails.
No, I'm just saying that's what you do?
Yeah, I would love to.
Oh, that's nice.
I would love to answer you. I would like to help you kind of work through whatever issues or dilemmas you're having.
That's nice.
So I would like to have segments like that where people could send in questions, dilemmas pertaining to whatever struggles they're going through.
Yeah,
if it's something that I can assist with, I will.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's theunmetexpectation@gmail.com. Again, that's theunmetexpectation@gmail.com. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. God bless. Take care. Thanks again. And we out. Bye.
Bye.